Hello everyone, Futurama Butthead Man here again. I know right now you're just seeing green and that's my tablecloth. You're just hearing me in the background because I don't want to spoil what I'm going to show you, but if I do a face camera then I can't switch to the opposite camera on my phone to show you to show you the things. This first one is going to be of my Lego Sonic characters. Now, these I made a long time ago, but I just recently started uploading to YouTube, so I'm going to show them off now. But these were inspired. The first one was inspired by Luigitoast. Now that's from a long time ago. I don't know if he even still makes videos, but I'm sure you might know who he is if you see these. And the other characters were inspired by someone named Reesesfreak1316, who also made some that like Luigitoast did, but other characters that he didn't. So most of these aren't of original creation. They're copied from other people. But by looking at the picture, I was able to kind of figure out how they were built. So without further ado, let's get started. And these are simple enough that if there are any characters you want how to build a video on, I will make one. Just request it in the comments. Okay, so here we go. The first one is, of course, Lego Sonic. It's mostly the same as Luigitoast, except instead of the translucent cones, I used the little roof tile triangle pieces. And then he's got the 3 spikes and everything. But yeah, pretty much the same as Luigitoast's. So there's Sonic. Next we move on to my favorite character, Knuckles. Now, he is from Reesesfreak1316, and so by looking at his, I was kind of able to figure out how to get the dreadlocks just right, and because with Luigitoast, he put spikes in the back like his Sonic, but Knuckles doesn't have spikes, he has dreadlocks. The shoes are a little different than Reesesfreak1316, and I put the little green triangle pieces because just the red on red just didn't look very good, so the green gives it more character. And plus he has the green thing on the sole, or whatever you call it, of the shoes. So there's Knuckles. Next we have Tails. Pretty much like Reesesfreak1316 as well. He's got the little thing on his head, the little spikes that stick out from the top of his head, and then these little things for the hair on the side of his cheeks. But instead of using a circular flat piece, I used 2 more of these because he has hair that puffs out too, kind of like on his cheeks, and then just like that. And I have his tails on the back, and they spin. I don't remember if his spun, but someone I saw had ones that spun, but I don't really remember who it was. Oh, jeez. Just a sec. Fix that. Damn it. Okay, so there's Tails. Now we move on to a fan favorite of a lot of people's, Shadow. Now, Shadow's design is kind of similar to Sonic's, except 4 of the triangle pieces move up because the spikes in the middle go down like Sonic's, but these ones curve up. I use black and red because he's got red stripes on the black ones, but you can't really do that with Legos. So I use 3 red ones and 3 black ones, and so yeah, basically the same as Sonic. Sorry, Tails. And then we have Silver, who was also from Reesesfreak1316. He got the triangle, not really triangle, these to stick up because on the front of him he has what people think looks like kind of like a hand, so it kind of got that design of what he had. He had the long ones that go down, but couldn't find any of those, so I just put 2 of the roof pieces on the back, because he only has 2 spikes. He doesn't have 6 like Sonic and Shadow, so... but yeah, basically pretty much the same as Reeses1316, so yeah. Next, now, no one has attempted to make this one before, but I was inspired by what I learned from making these characters to build what no one has built before, and that would be Dr. Eggman. Now, he's a little different. The head and the arms are basically the same, but the body is completely different. So, these blue things right here are his eyes. It always looks like he's wearing sunglasses or something. And this right here is the little thing in between the sunglasses. I don't know what you call it. But the brown parts are, of course, his mustache. And he has a red nose for some reason. So there's the red nose. And then I had two pieces, skin pieces with holes on them. And I stuck two flat black square pieces in there for the goggles that he wore on top of his head in Sonic Adventure 2. Hands are the same, but I put this yellow part here because at the end of his jacket it's yellow. He has a yellow thing. For this, I just these parts I just kind of like the way they look. I wanted to put two of the flat square pieces but I couldn't find enough of them to fill this, so I just put these ones that have the openings, hooks, whatever you want to call them, and I just like the way that looked. And the legs are pretty much the same. As you can see, they come out with the two one pieces, and the legs are a little longer, and they don't move. That's the only difference. And he's about the size he would be compared to these guys, maybe a little smaller, but it's not really drawn to scale. So, but yeah, so there's Eggman, who no one's ever made. And then also, Reesesfreak13 claimed that he made a rouge. I'm sure he did, but he never showed it off. So I made one because I wanted a rouge too. So, for her, these blue parts, I know they look like her eyes, but it's actually the eyeshadow on her eyes. So her pupils are actually down here. I know it looks kind of weird, but that's just the way I did it. And there's her snout and everything. Ears. I ran out of these triangle pieces for their hands, so I just used two of the ones like I used on Eggman's jacket. And this is her heart. There are no heart-shaped Legos, but the round one kind of puts pretty good. Then she's got mostly a black suit and black pants, and then she's got the white boots. And I put two of the red triangles pieces for the hearts on the bottom of her shoes. So, yeah. And then I also made two other versions of Sonic and Shadow. They're duplicates. They're basically the same. The only difference is it's their super forms. So here is just a sec here. Super Sonic. He's yellow, but he's basically the same design as Sonic. You know, skin thing, the peach hands, and like I said, I ran out of those triangle pieces, so I just use these other white pieces. I know they don't match, but if I find more, then I could probably I could fix that, or if I find another one like this, then I could put it there and it'll look better. And a lot of the colors are off because I couldn't find a yellow one with one hole in it, because if you saw Luigitoast, then you know that this has to have one hole, and didn't have ran out of these yellow flat pieces because I used it on another creation that I'll show off later. And I didn't have a yellow thing that holds the legs together. So if you can look closely, it's peach, but you can't really tell. It goes well with the yellow. So yeah, there's Super Sonic, and of course Super Shadow. I went by his model in Sonic Adventure 2. I know as it went on, he was kind of like a cream yellowish type, but in Sonic Adventure 2, he was white, like a silverish white, and I just liked that. So it's basically the same model of Shadow, except with different colors, the 3 spikes, and so yeah, instead of being black, he's white, and I know that might have sounded racist, but yeah, so yeah, there's Super Sonic and Super Shadow. So these are all the ones I've made so far. A lot of them I can't make because I don't have the right color pieces. Like I can't make Amy because I don't have any pink levels. I can't Legos. I can't make what's the name? SBO because I don't have any purple Legos. I could try and make Vector. I just haven't gotten around to it. Charmy, I don't know if I could do that. That'd be a little difficult, but I could try. Cream, Reesesfreak1316 did make a cream, but I just never got around to making one because I didn't have enough skin pieces, because I make a lot of characters, so I used the skin pieces instead of yellow, so I didn't have enough skin pieces, and I can't make Big because, again, I don't have purple pieces, so and I wouldn't really know how to make Omega 1, 2, 3 Omega in the same style as these. So these are probably all I'll be making. But if you want a how-to build video on any of these guys, I'll be happy to make some. Just request it in the comments of